Has Will.i.am lost his damn mind? That's my question.
Black Thought is 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z.
1 trillion?
Trillion.
Okay. What's your logic behind that?
In my mind's eye, there's a battle that's going to happen, or it already happened, in my mind. And seeing Black Thought, what he's capable of just off the top. And yeah, Jay's off the top is dope too. And Jay's dope, don't get me wrong.
No.
But Jay's already said everything that he's just regurgitating everything he's already said, including other rappers. When everything that Black Thought comes up with is like, wait, I never heard that one. Wow, you split that word up like that? Damn, like and that's just my that's just me. Yeah. Now there's a lot of people that be like, what the fuck you know about hip hop, Will.i.am? I don't give a what you think. I just know what I think and what I in my head, Black Thought, top 5 MCs. It's always Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay. I'm like, KRS, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS, Nas, Black Thought.
That's a
You
nice
said KRS
five.
twice.
Yeah, that's a nice five.
He did.
Well, sometimes you gotta put somebody in there twice.
Okay, man. So, Spools, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
You've been outside as long as we have. When you hear this from Will.i.am, can you somewhat see what he's saying as it relates to, I guess, lyrical ability? And here's why I say that. Black Thought might be the only person in my lifetime that has never had a whack verse.
Yeah, I agree. I like Black Thought better than Jay-Z. If you guys remember,
I'm so
back
glad
when we
you're
did the
Goat?
back when we did that.
Yes.
Who was
that
that discussion? It was Black Thought.
It was Black Thought.
Jay-Z, I think I weighted his score down a little bit. He fell outside of the top 5 or something like
third.
that. Was
I
he
think
third?
he ended
Was
up third.
They were all within like 0.5 though.
Were they? So
yeah, we've done this before.
yeah, to me, this is like the eternal kind of schism in hip hop, especially when it comes to like rappers and things like that, right? So Jay's extremely talented, but as far as the skill of rapping is concerned, I prefer Black Thought to Jay-Z. There are things that when Jay-Z raps, I think I know what he's about to say.
Don't like Will.
When Black Thought raps, I have no clue what he's about to say. Like, no clue. I've never heard Black Thought ride someone else's wave or rap in a way that's popular right now. I've heard Jay do that before.
I have heard the argument that he got his style from Malik.
Black
That's
Thought
a
did?
good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I've heard Jay-Z got his style from Camp Low.
And Young Chris.
And Young Chris
Young
has
Guns. If we being honest.
Young
Chris debunked that. But.
Or Jazzo.
Sure, Jazzo. That's who I was thinking.
Good point. Another good point.
Both awesome, but I feel like this is like a Kendrick Drake debate too. Like it's almost like a very similar thing to me. It's like, do you want something for your head that's really gonna like put some fat on your head and make you think a little bit, and maybe you have to listen to it 2 or 3 times. And I like that kind of music, that kind of hip hop a lot.
I respect it.
And some people don't, and that's cool. And I'm not saying Jay doesn't have depth, because he definitely does, and he has wordplay and he has all that stuff too. But
he has all of it.
There's just a difference there.
There's another level.
Yep. Yeah, it's difference. Honestly, Jay would tell you that Black Thought is a better MC than himself.
You think so?
Absolutely. He told you on a song that
Common
was a better MC than him, and that Talib Kweli was a better MC than him. But at the end of the day, he wanted to make monetary decisions would led him to rap a certain way. And he is very good at rapping that certain way.
No doubt.
I just don't agree with the trillion times.
I will give Will.i.am some kind of peace, because
come on,
I recently seen an interview with Alchemist, and he was talking about how he came up. Alchemist actually had his first record deal at 10 years old. Well, not 10. He was in like the 10th grade or something.
He was young.
Yeah.
Very
young. With
young.
that dude that was on ESPN and somebody else, right?
So he was talking about how he came up. He was talking about how he came up. In a lot of the circles he was running around, Will.i.am was in those circles, rapping circles around people. So the cloth that Will.i.am is cut from is an MC's cloth.
Yeah.
He was originally signed to Ruthless Records with his group, which was different. Then they led on to being Black Eyed Peas, which was a pop rap group.
Yep.
So we know him as that. So I'm not questioning his ear, but him saying 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z is
that's
a little
hyperbole, man.
far-fetched.
That's super
But
hyperbole.
I mean, we're on a podcast where we actually did an MC list,
We did.
and Black Thought won that list.
Mhm.
So when we talk about an MC does not win the popularity contest.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? But to your point, and we've had that discussion many a times,
Yes, sir.
you've never heard a whack Black Thought rap.
I haven't.
But to your point, and kind of what I was saying before too, like there's just always this. There's always been like this. I don't know. I wouldn't say always. And Jay, you could probably speak to this maybe more, just being older and knowing some of that old. Like, when did this split between like being a heady MC was dope versus being like this clever, catchy MC is really what's doper? And then it kind of went like this.
I always say the same thing. Summer
96.
1996, the day it was written, and Stakes is High came out the same day.
Okay.
I think there was where all the and also
But to me, those are similar.
Those are very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
yeah, but at the same time, there was also this thing where Nas had the record where it was specifically geared towards radio sensibilities. They're like, okay, we have
Yeah,
a
If I
plan for
Ruled the
this.
World.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as we love Stakes is High and The Business, you know, those weren't songs that were specifically geared to work on what was a new format, and depending on where you were at the time, hip hop radio. Because
I've heard people say Biggie, like when Biggie came out.
It has to be Biggie because honestly,
capitalism.
especially being a Midwest kid,
Talk to him.
Nas and De La Soul were not top tier artists in the Midwest unless you were in a niche of friends that really rock with hip hop shit.
I was in that group.
This is a southern West Coast driven area.
Big time.
So when we talk about those two groups, I don't necessarily agree with that. But even when we talk about Black Thought, I remember going to the Jazz Fest in Cincinnati pre-COVID. The Roots were one of the opening acts.
Yeah.
I was excited to see Black Thought rap. The Roots as a whole, because those are some of the best concerts I've ever been to, seeing the Roots live. When I tell you the attention span in that stadium, this is Paul Brown Stadium.
Yep.
When the Roots were on stage and Black Thought is rapping, they were having conversations amongst themselves while I'm enjoying Black Thought rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if this is a Jay-Z concert,
Yeah.
it's going to be a different situation.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's very niche when it comes to somebody that appreciates somebody that knows how to put words together and can rhyme in different schemes and patterns and always give you something different versus somebody that knows the formula that can give you the radio play, give you some fly shit, and make you want to party.
Yeah.
Black Thought has never made me want to party,
No.
but I will play him at a party.
For sure, man.
Let me
Absolutely.
So, bro,
you made
let-
a good point real quick. When I
Go ahead,
saw
Spools.
Jay-Z and Jeezy together
Yeah.
at
I've seen that
Bankers
same
Live.
yeah, I've seen
Blueprint
that same
3
show.
concert.
And
Yeah.
who were the fans live for? I remember.
Jeezy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
Jeezy opened for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
that night.
So, so let me ask y'all this.
It was Jay-Z's tour.
If Black Thought is separate from the Roots, he has Bink, Kanye. He has access to
He
these
did
guys.
stuff with DJ Crush that's amazing, dude.
Like,
it's
if he has
incredible. Like,
access to all these producers, do we think his pen is versatile enough to make hit records, still be able to have lyrics? Jay is the one person that I think has the skill set to be lyrical and still make dope records. Black Thought, I think Black Thought, the lyrical part is undeniable. Can he make dope records on his own? That's the only part that separates them from me.
You said
where I'm
dope
like,
records. Do you mean dope records or hit records? Because you said both.
I'm glad you said that, Lone. Hit records.
hit record doesn't equal high quality music.
That's fair.
It means popular.
That's
it.
fair.
And I've accepted that over time. I used to,
That's fair.
I've been in those arguments when I was younger about KRS-One being better than this person and kind of the stuff Will.i.am is doing. I don't do that shit anymore,
That's fair.
man.
That's fair.
Hip hop's beautiful in that they have all these flavors that you can like or not like if you want, man.
Yeah.
And while I tend to be a more cerebral person or whatever, so I lean towards that kind of hip hop, I still have an appreciation for Gucci Mane. And I'm not putting him down and acting like he's not, like he's sharp. He knows what he's doing, but he makes records that they're for the most part, for
his
people
pocket.
to party to, man. You know what I mean?
100%.
And to make money. So, but it just doesn't necessarily mean the best quality song. And that's why, to me, the academics of the world and what I see going on in hip hop journalism is kind of whack. Because all that guy can talk about, and people in that vein, is how many records somebody sold. And to me, that just doesn't mean that much. Now, on a personal level, as a human, and you made money off your art, congratulate, and I'm good for you. I think that's fantastic. But if we're just talking about the art, which people, like, I see these conversations, and I'm not sometimes sad to not be on the like, I don't miss that part of it of like okay, I have to tell another person who's a huge NBA YoungBoy fan why they should listen to Black Thought. No, I'm done. I don't want to have that Don't listen to him if you don't want to. That's cool.
Sure.
Listen to NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black and all that stuff all day long. If
And
that's
be
what
good
you
with
like,
that. Yeah.
awesome, man. But do not step into the realm of talking about high quality emceeing and lyrics and things like that. But that rule doesn't apply anymore too, because anybody with a voice or one of these who can get on the internet can talk about how such and such is the best rapper of all time. It doesn't matter.
Just look
It's
just look at the complex media list for who's in the top.
I saw that and I was like, damn, man, that's where we're at.
Speaks volumes, bro.
That was almost a
Speaks
topic I threw in there today, but I didn't.
But I'll pass to Jay, but I love that. Like, I like Black Thought and the Roots, and I like some Jay-Z songs. I'm not a
There's
huge
no
Jay-Z
wrong
fan.
answer
I
here,
love
Spools.
Gucci, and I love Pee Wee Longway from Atlanta, and I love De La Soul, and I love Big Crit, and I love Dell, and I love, I like some of Sibo and Brother Lynch from back in the day. I love Mac Mall. I love Mac Dre. I love Wu-Tang Clan. Like, that's what makes hip hop beautiful.
Fools,
man,
I just listened to Pastor Troy the other day.
There you go.
I think there's a lot of hyperbole going on with, this actual take, with Sway and them. Like, come on.
I love Black Thought, but also,
Black Thought is
when
crazy.
it was time for Black Thought, he's had the advantage of being in a band for a long time. And the thing is, there's a different dynamic there than saying, okay, these are Black Thought. And he's had the Stream of Thought projects that I enjoyed, but you know what? I don't enjoy any of them more than I enjoy 444. So this is because I revisited 444 like maybe about, I think it was Sunday.
I disagree with that one.
And I'm just saying, like, there are things there lyrically and thematically, which and I've always said that this is, and that's again why I talk about how Black Thought leaning on the fact that he was in a group. I've always thought that Jay-Z has leaned on the fact that, like, okay, I got to do this for corporate situations. I got to do this because I got to be on the radio. What made 444 so special to me, it is 100% Jay-Z engaging in his artistic bag.
Absolutely.
He's not, he didn't, there was no other, everything on there was so personal and so well done. And so
as a footnote, real quick, I'm going to let you finish.
Okay.
The Roots have albums better than 444, but Black Thought as a solo artist does not have records better than 444.
No.
I like every
Go ahead.
Stream of Thoughts better than 444.
And maybe that might be recency bias.
But that's kind of that preference
I'm
thing I
glad
was
y'all told
speaking
the
to,
truth.
right?
Okay.
That might be recency bias, because like I said, I don't know what I saw something. I didn't realize there was the song about his mom. I didn't, for whatever reason, my algorithm, there's a video for that has like Dominique Fishback in it, and I didn't see this when it came out, and I don't know where it came, and that made me go revisit the album, and I was like, wow, this was really, I praise the album. I think it was my first time being on the show when we talked about 444, and I went back and listened to it, and I was like, wow, this is as good as I remember, if not better.
We did two episodes with that.
Yeah, and so I don't know, to say he's so much better than Jay-Z, I was like, come on, man, this dude.
Black Thought is an elite MC.
I'm not saying that, but
he's a rapper's rapper.
But I'm also talking about the fact that, at one point Jay-Z he put out an album every year for like 6 or 7 years.
That was
like
his thing.
The amount of material that he's given us, it has so much varied so much in themes and in context of what was going on. Some of his stuff has not aged well, I will say that, but at the same time, like, I can't. To say he's just in another stratosphere as Jay-Z, I think I don't know if that's personal. I don't know if it's something you were saying for clicks and you need us to talk about it, but I just think that is a wild take, and it ain't it. And like I said, Jay-Z has given us so much. I'm not saying Black Thought hasn't, because once again, I'm one of those people that, the Roots was a day one purchase for me since Illadelph Half-Life.
Come on.
At the same time, so was Jay-Z.
Even before that.
And when Jay-Z was really trying to say something, as opposed when he had his 3 or 4 songs, it's like, all right, this is for the radio, let's do it. But then when he was giving us some of the stuff on the Dynasty is some of his worst commercial music, but some of his most personal shit.
Come on, man.
And I just can't I can't have you say that shit about Jay-Z when the Jay-Z that I am in tune with is so incredible.
Come on.
I'm just not a fan of capitalism bars.
Yeah, nor am I. And I think I remember talking about that. When we talked 444, it's funny once you said that. I remember that episode and being like, I remember saying, if you're a fan of capitalism, you're going to love this album. And Terry literally goes, here we go with this shit or something like that. And I was just like, I was like, that's where we're at today, man. And Jay-Z is extremely talented, man. But
come on, man.
I love first 2 albums, Jay-Z.
Man, Jay-Z is an inspiration.
He is, bro.
No doubt. And he's done so many, just been so successful as in hip hop in a lot of different ways, man. And I think that's fantastic. But I also kind of look at him sometimes as like, I hate to say it this way, but like the evil empire almost, man.
But look, if I'm going to keep it 100 with you, I was a Roots fan before I was a Jay-Z fan.
That's
because
fair.
I was hip to the Roots before I was hip to Jay-Z.
Me too.
Now, the mood and situation where I'm in depends on what I'm going to listen to.
100%.
And as far as seeing live shows, the Roots live show is second to none.
Yeah.
If you've never been able to catch a Roots live show, you should do yourself a favor and do that, because the way they do the show and the way they meld kind of new age shit, and I mean they're on live instruments
For sure.
and they do that shit live, and Black Thought does a freestyle same way Common does, but the Roots show is very warm and comfortable. Being a music hip hop fan.
There we go. Yep.
A Jay-Z concert is the more live, I'm a fly ass dude, I'm gonna have some explosions and
It's
shit
a
here
real
and
fun
there.
rap show.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It represents Jay-Z, but as a hip hop fan, I can enjoy both of those shows in the same vein and not discredit either one of those artists.
That part.
I tell you what, a
think that's
Roots and
important.
Jay-Z show,
That would be nuts.
I mean, but we've seen
it happened.
exactly.
It's
That's what I was
already
trying to
happened. Yeah, it's already happened.
Yeah, Unplugged.
It's
the whole, not Fade to Black, but whatever. The whole Fade to
Yeah,
Black
Fade
show.
to Black was the Roots.
Yeah, it was the Roots backing Jay-Z.
Come on,
But
man.
that schism I was talking about before, that I think has come up kind of twice now, right? Like, kind of a little bit, like Quick and Dre, and then Black Thought and Jay-Z. Like, do you guys remember? And it's not. Remember what they do?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
I
And do you remember
literally,
Pimp C coming out and
I
dissing
literally
Come
them
on.
for it?
still played
on.
that song in sets on the regular.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there was this whole thing that, Biggie loved the Roots, and he felt like, damn, man, like
They was Disney.
They were dissing him, and like Questlove tells a story about how he was going to write this. He wrote this whole op-ed, and this is when people still had fax machines. He was sending it off to the Source magazine, to say what we really meant, and this, that, and the third. We love Biggie too, and it was the night he died.
Yeah.
Wow.